too late at any age to hold
Are we
on
there?
to.
Good morning. Welcome to Indy Boomer Magazine show. I'm Mary Pat McKee, and I publish a magazine called Indy Boomer. This morning, I am sitting here this morning with Wesley Young from Senior Solutions Consulting. He's been with us a few times and always has great information for us. Hey, as you are looking at the screen, you see the January cover of Indy Boomer with Jim Davis, the Garfield creator, on the cover. You can pick those up at any Kroger or Marsh store in Indianapolis and surrounding areas. Also, Marion County, libraries, other places that boomers frequent. You can find them. Also want to thank Jim Wofford with, if I could talk, Logan Street Signs and Banners, and also Noblesville Trophy for allowing us to have this show this morning. And we are very appreciative. So Wesley.
Good morning.
Good morning. Wesley's with Senior Solutions Consulting, and basically, in a quick little nutshell, which we're going to expand on, is they work with VA aid and attendance,
Correct.
Medicare, Medicaid,
Medicaid waiver.
Medicaid waiver. So tell us what's new.
So this year, Veterans Benefits, which is benefits for in-home care, assisted living, or nursing home for any veteran or surviving spouse. If a veteran served during a time of war, didn't have to be in the war, but served during a time of war, it's anywhere from about $1,200 to $2,200 a month.
Oh, it's gone up.
Yes, for in-home care. And the benefits increased this year because Social Security increased. And Social Security took a modest increase of, I think, about 3% or 0.03. So veterans benefits.
0.03? What is that, like a dime?
Well, so did the Medicare Part B
Oh,
premium. So
sorry.
as usual,
Yeah.
the Medicare premium went from 105 to about 110, give or take. So
Oh,
everybody's
$5,
pocketing
okay.
about $6, $7, $8, give or
Yeah.
take. So
Well, better than a poke in the eye.
that's true. So VA benefits doesn't have a Part B premium, so they went up quite a bit. So the
Isn't that like $200? I mean, wasn't it like $2,000 last year?
it went up pretty good for a single veteran. Benefits now $1,800 and about $41 a month.
Oh.
For a couple, it's about $2,183, and for a surviving spouse of a veteran, if you were married to the veteran at your time of death, it's now about $1,183. So about $1,200.
Okay, yeah. That's
For,
a big jump for them.
Yeah, and it's a tax-free benefit, and it's great money that a lot of people don't know about. So
Well, I think, one thing I've learned, and I know I've sent a lot of people to you, is that if you served in a war, just call and find out.
yeah, but you served it all because you didn't ever have to leave the United States.
Wouldn't you say like 90% of people that served in the armed forces are probably fall under this VA aid and attendance?
Yeah, and a lot of the surviving spouses.
Yeah.
I think we figured recently that if you were 18 in 1946 when World War II was over, you'd have to be about 90 years old now, give or take.
Yeah, right.
So a lot of the spouses are still around. A lot of the veterans are going quickly. But
Right. Well, and the
veterans-
women, the women always live longer, but a lot of times I don't think the women know, or the
Right.
families even think of it.
Well,
You know what I mean? Because they didn't serve.
absolutely, and one of the biggest downfalls is you'll pick up the phone and call the VA, and you'll say, "Hey, my husband served in the military, and maybe he's not well, or I need help. Is there anything for us?" Well,
Right.
there's so many programs, they usually send you to VA disability and say, "Was your husband injured in the war?" And you say, "Well, I don't think so. He came home, he was fine." They say, "Well, you don't qualify." Well, if you didn't know about the words aid and attendance and the specifics of that particular program, then you probably won't get the right information about what it is you're trying to find out.
I guarantee it.
So,
I can almost guarantee.
yeah, and the VA, unfortunately, the VA doesn't advertise. So, you don't see any advertisements about all the different things. Not even the Rowdy Hospital here in town, or the.
They don't even know.
No, right.
I mean,
So-
it's really sad. I know 6 or 7 years ago when we heard about it, even my sister, who was a veteran, couldn't find any information about it anywhere. So it's really the retirement communities that have
right.
helped spur this information, don't you think? I mean, to let people know more about it.
Absolutely, because it is a pay source. So
Yeah,
in-home care
exactly.
companies, assisted living companies, anybody who has services that need to be compensated.
Sure.
Obviously, looking for pay sources. So
Yeah.
they're obviously out there spreading the word.
Yeah.
The VA did
exactly.
publish a letter, 3-4 years ago that said that VA aid and attendance was a very underutilized benefit program for veterans and their spouses, and that there were only about 160,000 veterans utilizing the benefits now. Well, there's about 500,000 veterans and
Is there
survivors
really that
in the
many?
state of Indiana.
Oh, just in this state?
Alone. So,
Oh my goodness.
so again, when you offer a program but you don't tell anybody about it.
No wonder there's so much money in it.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't tell the government. They might take it and use it for something else.
right, and they do the best they can. So
Oh, I know.
is what it
That
is.
wasn't very good.
But yeah, so the benefits amounts have gone up. So just call and find out about that, and just call and see what the service dates were, and we can help make it happen.
Well, what about the waiver? I mean, that whole is it Medicare or Medicaid?
Medicare is the health insurance you get when you turn 65.
Right.
Medicaid helps pay for room and board and
Okay.
and pass through expenses
Okay.
for someone who qualifies. You don't have to be indigent. You don't have to be poor. You just have to qualify. There's a big difference.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I thought, and tell me if I'm wrong, there were some changes again.
So yeah, Medicaid waiver is kind of a ever-changing program, but
Yeah.
what it does here in the state of Indiana, you have to qualify like you would for Medicaid, which again, there's opportunities to protect things and for spouses and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it pays for assisted living. So when you are needing help, not well enough to be at home, but yet don't really want to be in a nursing home setting because maybe it's not appropriate for you, your needs or
Right.
your social situation, Medicaid waiver can step in, and you only pay about $750 a month, and Medicaid pays the rest. So you can have an assisted living setting with all the care that you need, and again, not be at home where you're at risk, or not be in a facility where it might just not be appropriate, especially for the cost. And
Now, is that just assisted or is that skilled as well?
oh well, skilled care is normal Medicaid. So
Okay.
when you think of
Okay.
when I say the word Medicaid, I mean nursing home.
Okay.
Even though Medicaid is food stamps and women, infants, and
Yeah,
children, and
yeah,
all the
it's a
programs.
bunch of things, yeah.
But Medicaid waiver basically waives a couple of things of normal Medicaid, which would be nursing home. It waives the fact that you don't have to be in a nursing home, and it waives some of the costs that you would normally with nursing home Medicaid. You give all your income to the nursing home, less a little bit. Under waiver, you only pay a certain amount, which is slightly over the Indiana 1 month poverty level, which is about $750 a month. So,
Okay.
so that's all you owe. So they waive a couple of things, but it's still under the Medicaid program. So a couple different qualification requirements. You have to have a health qualification and different things, but the benefit is fantastic for somebody who doesn't make $3,500 a month that could afford assisted living plus their meds and insurance. Medicaid waiver is a fantastic way for,
Oh, wow.
like again, the low-income widow who makes $600, $700, $800 a month. They can't afford anything. And this is a great way to have a quality of life in assisted living and not have to go to a nursing home or not be at home and not have services that you might need. So
Right.
Medicaid
right.
waiver is great, is a good program, and a handful of places around town take it, and there's different qualifications. So we work to get it for you, find
Right.
a place. And,
Well, I think you already made a comment. One of the things that's really important is that it changes all the time. Does it change every year?
Medicaid changes. They change their numbers every 6 months.
Every
they change
6
their
months.
programs every once in a while. And just kind of keep up with it.
Okay.
Our company helps you fill out the paperwork and get the benefits, kind of like a CPA helps you with taxes.
Right.
I don't keep up with tax rules and laws. I rely on my guy that I pay some money to do it for me, because
Right, the CPA.
I
He knows
tell
his
people
stuff.
I don't do my own auto repair, I don't do my own taxes, and I don't do my own dentistry. I hire people to do that because they're better at it than me.
Smart move on that one.
So that's what we do, and we don't charge to meet. So give us a call or come in and talk to us, and
Yeah.
we'll tell you what's out there. A lot of people are surprised.
Well, and another thing too, I think a lot of times people think they have too much money.
Right, no income limits, no asset limits that keep you from getting the program. So there are no hard, fast limits. So
No, but I guess where I was heading with that is, say somebody does have, let's say you got $100,000, which is nice, but it's not going to, if you lived for another 10 years, it would not support you.
absolutely, and
Okay, so you are able to, with your network, with your resources of people, I mean, you're able to lay it out. I mean, you guys lay it out, but then you refer them to attorneys, like you said, or to a CPA. I just wanted people to know that even though they may have a big chunk of money, doesn't mean they can't.
right, we can
still-
protect
Yes.
the rules and the laws and the rules that I didn't write that are out there on the books.
So we're
that-
going to let you off the hook.
I didn't write them. I just
Okay.
use them.
Right.
But they do allow us to protect money, because really, if you've got a couple $1 million, you're gonna make it, right? I mean, even if you took a couple $1,000s a month plus your income, you're gonna, you can't outlive your money.
Right.
If you have $0 to your name, you qualify for everything already.
Right.
So it's really the middle class folks that have,
Isn't it always?
$20,000 to $500,000. Those are the people who have everything to lose. Mm-hmm.
Because they got the money.
Well, because they have a little.
Yeah. Well.
So if one spouse is 75 and goes into a nursing home at $85,000 a year plus expense, meds and insurance, and the other spouse has to live at home for $2,000 a month or whatever it costs to live, that's $10,000 a month. Nobody makes that. So $200,000 can go downhill really quickly. So you don't want one on welfare and one on Medicaid. So Medicaid benefits do allow us to protect assets for spouses. They do allow us to protect assets for even a single person going in. So yeah, it's kind of our middle of the road client has anywhere from about $20,000 to maybe $500,000-$600,000 because they're the ones that have something to protect and everything to lose.
Right.
So yeah, that'd be our kind of bread and butter client, and that's most Hoosiers.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, even if you're not a senior or a boomer in the later stages,
right,
having that kind of money, that's kind of makes it tough.
Yeah, you feel like your nest is feathered until you look at the healthcare costs, and not everybody just retires, plays golf, and dies. It just never works out that way.
Yeah,
I mean, it really doesn't.
I don't even like golf, so I'm in trouble.
Unless you get hit by a car.
Yeah.
So
I'm not going to go.
Doesn't work that way either very often.
Okay.
So,
well, tell us, we were talking a little bit about this before. I'm very interested to hear more. You guys are sponsoring an honor flight.
Yeah, the VA, well, I don't know if it's the VA, I'm not really sure who does.
I think it's a separate organization.
There's an organization that sends veterans to Washington, D.C. to see the monuments of the wars that they served in. And I've been there a couple of times with the 8th grade class as a chaperone.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And so I've seen the memorials, and of course D.C. spends big dollars, and they make beautiful memorials, and they're really touching and cool, but a lot of the veterans can't afford to go or physically can't go.
All right.
So there's a program out there that I recently heard a program on and found out about that sends veterans at no cost to D.C. on a long one-day trip to see the memorials and eat and
so
ride
they
the bus.
fly them out and bring them back the same day?
Yeah, I believe it starts pretty early in the morning. I've heard about
Okay.
4:30 in the morning, and they get everybody out the plane field and get them onto plane, get them organized and onto planes and up to D.C. and around D.C. and to memorials and fed and back on the planes and back to Indy. And when they get back to Indy, they have a parade for them.
Oh, really?
Everybody cheers for them and everything. So it's about
Dang, that is a lot to pack in one day.
It is, and cost about $450 to send a veteran. So we decided we have a little jar on our counter. We decided to sponsor a veteran, and we don't know who it's going to be. We're just going to give out the money. Our office has agreed to volunteer and help.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out more about it as we get trained and volunteer. So when we do volunteer, I'd like to get a picture of whoever we sent and put them in our office and.
Well, yeah, and
It'll be
I'd
kinda
like to
fun.
get an article for Indy Boomer Magazine because we've been discussing that. A couple people have brought the honor flight up. Do you know, is that a commercial airlines?
I don't know yet. Next time we talk,
Okay.
we'll know more about it. Like
Yeah.
I said, I'm just going to raise $450 somehow, some way. Everybody comes through, throws $1 in the pot. and
Yeah, I'll throw some.
We're going to get there. So
Yeah.
when we do, we'll figure out who's going to go.
No,
and
I'm really anxious to hear about details of it and how it works out. That's really cool.
It sounds like a cool. Of the clients that I've talked to who have gone through it or have known somebody said it was really special and touching. So.
Oh, I bet.
So yeah, I thought work in the business would be a good idea to do and try it out. So.
Yeah, you're applying all these benefits. Now we'll apply a little give back to flying somebody to DC.
Yeah, so we have our Facebook page out now that.
Oh, yes.
I know even less about than I do the honor flight.
Well, it's exciting. All you have to do is go on Facebook and type in the little search screen, Senior Solutions Consulting. And there you are. Like the page. And especially if you're a boomer helping your parents and you want to keep up, because I'm assuming I know who your Facebook person is, we'll probably be updating with current information about what we just basically talked about.
Yeah, the honor flight
today.
information's out there.
Yeah.
So that is good, and we're excited about that, and we'll learn more about it, and we'll, it's kind of like VA Medicaid, been doing it for 17 years now, and the week doesn't go by that I don't learn one or two things about what in the world I'm doing.
Hear another interesting story.
Yeah, so that's great. We'll have like I said, we'll talk again about that. Well, maybe we'll be able to have a picture of somebody we got to send over there. And,
we'll definitely have to do that next time you come back or once it's done.
Maybe we'll interview them by phone or something.
There you go. We can do that. We can do whatever we want. Hey, thank you. As I always say, call an expert. Wes is an expert. he knows about these subject matters, and if you really can use them, I mean, he's a good person to call. Again, you see the January issue of Indy Boomer on the screen. Be sure and pick that up at any Kroger or Marsh store. And also, don't forget to watch Boomer TV on Sunday at 10:30 on Wish TV. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time, Wes. Thanks
All
for
right.
coming.
Thank you.